want to get some cool free tools, plugins, projects, and add-ons, sit with me as we go through this list of 20 that you can download right now for free. Before we get started, if you love blowing things up like cars, destroying buildings, and more, all within Blender, check out this new course by Grant Abbott and Top Channel 1-on-1. Links are in the description, and if you get it early, you may catch the early bird discount. A few days ago, a new version of Blender was released with several amazing new demo projects that you can download. One notable example is the stack of pizza generator that takes advantage of the new matrix node to rotate each pizza box depending on the box before it. This shows how powerful and useful the new matrix node is and how you can take advantage of it. The demo project is available for download and you can use it in your own projects. The Cell Fracture add-on has always been the only way to fracture objects into different chunks. Thanks to this new demo for Blender 4.2, you can add an impact fracture tool into your setup. This works in edit mode as a geometry nodes modifier and will fracture a mesh according to where you click, creating multiple fractures and interesting details. You can download the project and add it to your asset browser to have another handy fracturing tool at your fingertips. Need grass and different vegetation? The Plant Library is a collection of free plant assets by the team that brought you GScatter. The Plant Library is a pack containing over 170 plus HQ vegetation assets. Discover how Blender can be the greatest platform for creating your best environmental 3D art. There's literally no reason to not try it out. No catch, it's free to use, a free gift for your asset browser. Download it now and you'll be ready to go. If you are recreating a scene from the real world before you start modeling, make your life easier by aligning the perspective of your camera with the perspective of your photograph. This is going to make it easy to model. F-Spy is a standalone tool that will make matching the camera perspective, view angle, and focal length of the original camera to the 3D camera a lot easier with just a few clicks. Afterward, you can export the setup into Blender. There are a lot of free PBR shaders on the internet from sites like Ambient CG and Polyhaven. The problem is when you download them, they are saved as a zip file containing multiple images. To use them inside Blender, you have to unzip the file, set up a material, and connect each map to its corresponding BSDF input node. Setting up one material can take some time. Now imagine setting up multiple materials. This free add-on, EasyPBR, does away with all those tedious steps and lets you browse sites like Ambient CG for PBR materials directly in Blender. When you find what you want, you can use one button to download and set up the shader for you in one go. Like PBR shaders, HDI images present the same problem. There are a lot of them on the internet, but to use them, you have to download them, set up an environment map for your world, and see them inside your render engine. Easy HDRI is a sister add-on to EasyPBR by the same developer, and it is also available for free. We all know and love Rigify, but the Blender Studio, the animation company set up by the Blender organization, moved on to another tool called CloudRig. They now use it for rigging everything from characters to animals and everything in between. It's more up-to-date, easier to use, and can be configured for different kinds of rigs. CloudRig is a rig generation add-on for Blender, developed by the Blender Studio for their open movies, starting with Coffee Run in 2020. CloudRig lets you save time by creating helper bones, constraints, and drivers for you, based on some basic inputs. These inputs are provided in the form of a simple armature called a meta-rig. If you need fire in your scene quickly, you can skip the smoke simulation tools for Blender and opt for this free FireScatter add-on. It's customizable, free, real-time, and looks great. All you have to do is select the mesh you want to add the fire to, and you have a wide range of parameters to play with to make the fire look as you want, with controls for density, fuel, speed, wind direction, and more. There is a free Ivy generator built into Blender, but it's a bit slow, confusing to use, and does not come with materials or textures set up for you. Plus, it's not easy to direct the Ivy placement. A free alternative is this Ivy generator that uses curves to direct Ivy growth and uses the shape of your mesh to grow. It comes fully textured and ready for render time. Today we have two new add-ons that can be great alternatives to the slow Cell Fracture add-on. This alternative is by the same name, except it's a geometry nodes modifier, meaning we get a non-destructive workflow that is also procedural with different parameters. If you have given up rendering your projects because they are too heavy or too slow to render, try this amazing free tool called Culling. Most of the time, if you have too many objects in your scene, your viewport playback and responsiveness will decrease significantly. This add-on ensures that only what the camera is seeing is available in your scene, making your computer use fewer resources to run your project. If you make anime scenes, you are going to love this detailed rain generator. It's a combination of a lot of things to pull off this effect. You can get the project file for free, but there is also a full step-by-step tutorial to show you how it's done, from adding raindrops and splashes to making droplets bounce off walls and adding ripples. It's all procedural and looks amazing. If you want to create a medieval town or village, hear me out. This Modular Desert kit probably has everything you need. It may not look like much, but these pieces can be assembled in multiple ways to create different buildings in different styles. You can also use this in other applications like Unreal or Unity. Another great thing about this kit is that it's compatible with the Buildify generator. Speaking of Buildify, what an amazing asset to have, and it's totally free. We've already seen that it can work with different modular assets, which can be from anywhere. The creator has a few sets you can buy, or you can make your own and use them with Buildify to make impressive buildings that are procedural and unique. Make your renders look more interesting by adding areas of visual interest like these spiky procedural spikes. You can even animate them to make them look even more interesting. If you sculpt a mountain but it does not look good enough, one key thing it's likely missing is terrain erosion. Every terrain generator has a key element that makes it powerful, and that is erosion. This tool simulates the erosion of rocks, land, and soil from any mesh to make it look more realistic. The erosion mask can also be used to mix different textures and materials for a more believable look. If you love Minecraft and maybe want to render your own Minecraft world, try this free add-on that can generate an entire Minecraft world, including hills, caves, trees, and all the assets you expect, like sheep, chickens, and more. If you are making a cold environment, snow and icicles are a great way to show coldness. This freezing effect generator offers a procedural generator for every effect you need for creating snow-covered meshes, icicles, and more. If you're doing any product visualization, you will probably want a droplets generator to show coldness. The best way to do that is to have some condensation droplets, and that is what this free generator does. Enjoy. Lastly, we are overhauling texture painting in Blender with amazing free tools like UkuPaint. It sets up all the maps, textures, and shaders so that you can get started with texture painting with one click of a button. It also comes with a layer-based system that you can use to separate different effects.